saving money can improve your life.
Not many people I know at 21 actually own their own house, and it's all paid for. It's a really incredible feeling.
But some people take it to the extreme.
Having a shower with rainwater that is free, I haven't paid for it. That's the biggest excitement.
And I'm going to show you how they live. There'll be tips I hope will inspire you.
I live so richly without having to spend a lot of money.
And some that may just horrify you.
Reusable toilet roll feels a little scary to start off with.
Tonight, we're going to meet Matthew and Charis, the Good Life Watkinsons. Eat your heart out, Tom and Barbara.
There's great freedom in not having a mortgage and not having any bills.
Lauren, the Frugal fashionista. Reynolds.
I have definitely saved thousands by shopping second-hand.
Lee, the luggage wearer Chimino.
Why not try and get past the system that was going to cost us money and, in effect, save us some money?
And Rosie, the supermarket shopper Forshaw.
I think it's one of the most amazing feelings when you see the price it should have been and the price it is now.
As we meet my extreme savers! Many people dream of having no mortgage and no bills to pay. For one couple, this dream became a reality while they were still only in their 30s. But not due to a windfall. Meet Matthew and Charis, the Good Life Watkinson, who opted out of the rat race hoping for a simpler, happier, greener, cheaper life, which means things are a little bit different to the normal.
This is the washing machine. We've actually renamed it. It's the sloshing machine. It's all very well having a washing machine with 400 different functions, but you probably can't fix it yourself, and that makes you reliant on someone else to do it. You can just rotate the barrel to wash the clothes. Before we moved to Wales, life was pretty normal, I think. We were in a housing estate in Essex. We were both working normal jobs.
I was a small animal vet. It's long hours and it's a stressful job. And yeah, just needed to stop all that and slow down. Matthew said maybe we should just get our own bit of land and we can go and grow things.
Giving up work, giving up income, opting out if you like.
You both lead the way.
Is a radical change that's not plausible for everyone. The couple used a £35,000 deposit they'd been saving for a house to buy a plot of land in one of the most rural parts of Wales instead.
Then we discovered that Wales has a planning policy that lets people live on their land if they're willing to commit to a one-planet lifestyle.
This One Planet lifestyle is a Welsh Government eco-scheme that allows people to build homes in the countryside. It's for those who intend to work the land and be largely self-sufficient in terms of income, food and energy. And that's exactly how the Watkinsons live.
Come on then. Friends and family were like, what, really? Okay, good man. I don't think, they realised quite how off-piste we were going to go.
Yep, they produce all of their own electricity using large solar panels and a wind turbine.
So these are our solar panels, and they go and fill up some batteries. We've got the first payment to buy them. Then after that, we're not paying for any electricity. We've got no bills.
They get water from the stream that runs through the land. And their small stove and oven is powered by a biodigester, which creates their own supply of gas from food waste.
This is the biodigester. You can start feeding it your food waste into this pipe, and the bugs that are in there will digest that and turn it into methane. And then we are piping the methane off to the kitchen. We are producing our own cooking gas just from food waste.
Yay! There's even a composting toilet. Completely opting out is near impossible. All of this kit, along with the home itself constructed out of a horsebox minibus and caravan, cost a further 30 grand. And that needs paying for. The couple earn the money for that over 5 years through part-time work, running One Planet courses and borrowing from family.
It's just really easy that it's a pre-made box.
The big setup costs have led to low running costs for years to come.
Last year, we grew 50% of our own food, which was brilliant, and I know that we've grown much more this year. We've got hold of a lot of tractor tyres. We're growing as many, fruit and vegetables as we can in those. We've also got an old car that died on us, and we've kept it, and that's my little greenhouse where I start all my seedlings off in.
Carry on up here.
Not only does growing their own food save the family money, it's also a way of making a little too.
Come on, chickens.
A big part of the chickens is we're selling the eggs, but obviously we eat eggs and we eat some of the chickens as well.
Can you see any bees?
And then we've got the beehives. We sell a lot of the honey. We have the honey for ourselves.
You're going to try to sound like a bee, are you?
We're making things from the beeswax as well.
Yeah, then.
Living this way has wiped out many of the family's commitments.
We are much more financially free now than we were before, when we were paying rent, when we were still working to pay bills, all that sort of stuff. So we got rid of quite a lot of financial responsibility, and that in itself is a massive change. There's great freedom in not having a mortgage and not having any bills. But we still do need a bit. We can't unplug completely.
Our weekly shop bill at the minute, I think we're still spending about £50 a week. And that's on, things like pasta and bread and chocolates. But hopefully that'll just get less and less the more and more we grow here. But we're always going to have to buy those basic things. Since moving to Wales and doing this, I haven't had any eczema, any migraines, that's just all completely gone. Having 2 small children, they love coming outside, and whatever the weather, we're much happier in ourselves here.
Now to charity shops. They've long been a hidden cache of designer and vintage bargains for style fans who know where to look. No, I can't pull that off, but our next extreme saver can. She pushes it to the limit, but never, ever buys new clothes. Meet 23-year-old Lauren, the frugal fashionista Reynolds.
I only shop sustainably and from second-hand sources, like charity shops, car boots and jumble sales. I started doing that completely in 2016. It was as I was finishing school. I started off doing an apprenticeship, so my salary was quite low and I wanted to keep up with trends and still be buying fashionable clothes, but on my salary I wouldn't have been able to afford clothes at that cost.
So, Lauren has honed her technique to become a chic boutique charity geek. She's got sniffing out a fashion find down to a fine art.
I have definitely saved thousands by shopping second-hand. On average, down a charity shop, you're looking at prices for jumpers around £4 or £5, for dresses around £5-6 if it's something really special.
And while charity shops are good, thankfully they're getting savvier and pricing their goods accordingly. So Lauren also heads elsewhere to drive down prices.
Down car boots is where you can find real bargains. You wouldn't be looking to spend really more than £1 or £2 on an item, which just makes things so affordable. But it's so important to think, do I really need it and do I really want it?
Oi! That's my mantra. What a liberty!
Because the price definitely entices you in and makes you think that you need things more than you actually do, so it's important to have that in mind. So this gorgeous mustard yellow midi dress retails at £150, but I picked it up for 20p down a charity warehouse sale, and I love it. And this gorgeous dress would have been £50 new, but I picked it up for £4 down a charity shop, brand new with tags, and my friend had gone out and bought the exact same one, brand new, on the website the week before. I picked up these Doc Martens second-hand, brand new. They retail at £180 and I picked them up for £20 on the Facebook Marketplace. They just go with everything.
Lauren uses a similar approach with her boyfriend too. She didn't find Sam in a car boot sale, but she does dress him from one.
I'd gone down to a car boot and I found this man selling this gorgeous leather All Saints jacket, and he was asking £30 for it, which for me down a car boot was a lot of money. Like, I had to clear out my purse to buy it. And once I got home, I looked it up online and it was a £300 jacket. So I'd got a really great deal. I put it away and I saved it for Christmas, and I'd bought him something that I would never have been able to buy him new.
But Lauren's philosophy is more than just about the money.
My biggest goal when shopping second-hand is just to never let an item go to landfill if it doesn't need to. So if I have decided I don't really want an item anymore, then I will definitely either resell it or redonate it just to keep it in the cycle. And on top of that, it means that I'm never out of pocket, which is great.
Fashion, of course, is a corporate and media construct. Without it, we'd only ever buy new clothes when they either wore out or we changed shape. So I do love what Lauren is doing, from an ethical as much as a financial perspective. As for her never ever buying new, there is one caveat: underwear. But even then, she does try and buy from sustainable sources. Now, time for my weekly money-saving mission. So far tonight, we've shown you people who choose to take extreme stances. This challenge is all about taking normal people and giving them a chance to become extreme by changing their behaviour. And the best part, they've no idea what they're in for. This particular mission takes us to the Suffolk home of Lucy Buckle. Your money-saving challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to cap your electricity usage at just £1 a day for 2 weeks. This tape will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Well, it was cheap. Good luck.
I will accept the challenge. My initial thoughts are that I don't think it's going to be possible. Sometimes over the weekend when we're all here, the meter is reading £2–3 a day easy. My electricity bill, we get them every 3 months. They're usually around 200 to 250. The thing that uses the most electricity is my tumble dryer. Especially at weekends, I've got it on more because I'm trying to wash the children's uniforms, wash my husband's work stuff, ready for Monday. I leave lights on when I'm not in the room. Also, at the weekends, the telly's on most of the time, so I might have to try and turn that off a bit more often rather than just leaving it on as background noise.
Welcome back to Extreme Savers. Now you know the old expression, look after the pennies and the pounds will look after themselves. But they're not normally talking about weight. Yet our next extreme saver is 34-year-old frequent flyer, when times allow, Lee the luggage wearer Chimino from Stoke-on-Trent.
I am someone who likes to travel. I mean, I've been to lots of different places, as far afield as Israel to Canada to Fiji to Bali, Australia.
And if there's one thing jet setter Lee knows more than out else, it's airport baggage weight limits and charges.
Me and my friend were travelling to Ireland and the baggage rules changed 2 days before takeoff. We couldn't now take on our cabin bag free of charge with all our essentials in. We'd have to pay £6 to £8 there and £6 to £8 back. I mean, the flight itself was only $14.99 return. It wasn't going to break the bank, but it was just the principle. Me and my friend put heads together.
Come and have a look at this, you're gonna love it.
Instead of paying to check in his luggage, Lee decided to adapt an old coat of his and wear all of his belongings instead.
We're all game for a laugh. We're not breaking any laws, so we thought, why not try and get past the system that was going to cost us money and, in effect, save us some money.
A local tailor thought the idea so much fun, she even adapted the coat for free, saving Lee even more.
When I saw the finished product for the first time, my initial reaction was, we can't do this. We're not going to get away with this.
Never one to shy away from a challenge, Lee decided to carry on.
I literally got everything I needed. Change of underwear, change of clothing, an extra coat if it rained, all the essentials like toothpaste and change of footwear. We get to the airport, put the coat on, I feel like a clown.
What are we doing?
I've got my friend with a camera in my face.
What are we going to do if it doesn't work? I'm actually quite nervous.
From check-in, security, to getting on the plane, there was no reaction, and I was quite surprised.
So, the coat made it through security. Next stop, the plane.
It was too simple, really. It was very satisfied when we touched down on the tarmac in Belfast. Since returning from Belfast, the coat has been used many times on ongoing trips.
We're all ready to fly. Let's get it packed.
The saving just multiplies, and looking forward, it'll continue to do so.
Now, I actually imported this very attractive Mac from the United States about 10 years ago for a program I was doing. It does the same thing and can actually hold 20 kilograms of luggage, the same as a big suitcase. And it doesn't breach the rules at all, but it is within their discretion to tell you you can't wear it. You, of course, don't have to go the whole hog and do that, though. If you're a little overweight on your baggage, you could always stuff your pockets or wear 4 tops. Time now to head back to my money-saving mission. Is Lucy still living on Electric Avenue, or can she cut her usage to £1 a day?
So I've just put the oven on, ready to cook dinner, and I have put the immersion heater on for some hot water for baths. And my smart meter is reading now cost per hour 90 pence. And actually that is quite shocking. Electric Avenue. I am a bit worried, to be honest, because I just don't know how I'm going to do it. But it's a challenge, and I'll see if I can. But I'm not positive about it.
Will she? Won't she? Stay tuned for the results. Our final extreme saver of the week dines like a queen on the budget of a pauper. 31-year-old Rosie, the supermarket shopper foreshore from Liverpool, sometimes bags her weekly food shop for under a tenner.
Before I've even set foot in a supermarket, I go through everything, my cupboards, my freezer, my fridge, and I make a distinct list of everything there.
And once Rosie has a clear idea of what she does and doesn't need, it's time for her to use her supermarket powers. First, she looks for yellow sticker items.
They tell you that that item is close to its best before date and that you need to use it or eat it within a short window. I really like them because it's enabled me to get great quality food that I would have never ordinarily been able to afford, but just because of a yellow sticker, sticking it in the freezer, I can. It should have been £71.53, but with yellow stickers and everything, I only spent £7.58. So I saved £63.95.
Wow, Rosie takes advantage of supermarket loyalty schemes and is a couponer too, collecting those that are out there and blagging those that aren't.
There's something you can either get from the manufacturer, they send them to you, if you send them a nice letter or a nice phone call saying you like their product. I really love your brand. If you don't ask, you don't get. Thank you, bye.
She also takes full advantage of food apps.
I use Olio, which is a free food app, and it's either businesses posting their surplus food or individuals. And all they ask is that you go and pick it up. It's all vetted, it's all very safe, and through that I've been able to get all sorts of free things.
Then there's supermarket waste boxes. They contain a host of random goodies, if you're able to get your hands on one.
Supermarket waste box is basically any items that might have just fallen out the packaging, they've damaged, maybe they're best before, but basically all completely edible food. They just put it all in a box, stick a very cheap price on it, and they offer it to their customers, sometimes very early in the morning. Okay, so I've got the fruit and veg waste box from Lidl. It cost me £1.50 for all this. But sometimes you can really hit them overload. I remember we got like 6 avocados and that was the best day ever.
Best day ever! And once Rosie's got home all her shopping, she makes it go further and last longer thanks to her freezer and batch cooking.
The freezer is so important to me because it means all those reductions I've been able to buy, I can preserve them, use them for a later date. This is my freezer, and one of the things I make use of is my stock bag. You know when you're prepping veg and there's just nowhere to put it in here. Then, whenever you need stock, you've got some bones, bung it in the pan, makes delicious stock.
With a few supermarket hacks, Rosie is quids in.
So our food shop should be around £90, £100 a week, but with all of the cash back, yellow stickers and everything we do, ends up being about £30, £40, so I end up saving about £50 a week. Over the course of the year, that can be thousands, and that is just going on to bigger and better things in our life. Money that, it's not been magicked out of nowhere. We've not just been eating it.
What a rosy picture. Time now for the results of our money-saving mission. Has our Lucy been able to get her lecky bill down to just £1 a day?
Once I set the challenge, I decided not put a wash on every day, so I was waiting for the washing basket to get full rather than do it while it's half full, so then I'd end up having to do more washes. I also used the oil to heat the water rather than using the immersion heater. I was saying, we're not going to get the electricity down to £1 a day if you don't turn the TV off or if we put the lights on. The lowest electricity meter reading that I got over the whole of the challenge was £1.76. I was really pleased that day, to be honest, that I'd managed to get it that low. I wasn't expecting to get it under £2.
Well, Lucy didn't quite hit the £1 a day challenge. Big picture was still a win. She normally uses £3 of electricity a day, so she's nearly halved her usage and doubled her awareness.
I think it's been really helpful to do this challenge because you get to see where you can save money and where you're wasting money.
Exactly. The challenges aren't about saying always live life that way. They're a way of exposing yourself to your own bad habits. I always talk about switching to cheaper deals, and please do, but stopping energy waste is important too. And we're done. If you've got an extreme saving technique you'd like to share with us, email extremesavers@itv.com or I'll see you on social. Coming up next, we meet the couple who turned a horse box into a home and the lady who homes in on bargains.